Hi, welcome back to Real Talk with Sean and Julie.
There you go.
Here we are again, once again, bringing you guys another video. Yes, we want to talk about basically a vision or a goal or a assignment that God called you to do. God called you to finish, you know what I mean? Or you started it but you never finished it, or God called you for a new assignment and you haven't started it yet, you know, or even things that you in the middle of, you know, accomplishing, but you stopped it somewhere. You know, sometimes you just, there's so much going on. There's so many things happening in your life, and you know, being consistent, being faithful to something called you have to be strong. You have to be strong mind, strong will, and you have to be also like just have a mindset to know that what I start, I'm gonna finish it. Whatever God tell me to do, I'm gonna do it. Regardless of what distractions, what detours, what kind of problems are coming up against me or coming up against my situation, regardless, it's like keeping a mindset to know that I have to finish this. We have such a busy schedule. It's crazy. I'm surprised like we even have the time to do the things that we do. But, you know, God's strength, you know what I mean? When we're weak, he's strong, you know what I mean? And his strength is made perfect in our weakness. Just know that his strength is made perfect in your weakness. When you're weak and you feel like you can't continue fighting a battle or fighting a situation or problems in your life, or even finishing a goal or finishing a assignment that he called you to do, or your calling, whatever it is that he asked you to do, and you see yourself not finishing it, you see yourself not having the energy and the strength to get it done, you don't see it, and you're just like, man, how do I get this going? But you know what I learned? Work with what you have. Right. Work with where you're at. Right. Work with what you can do. Mm-hmm. It's not about I don't have this, I don't have that, I need more of this, I need more of that. You know what I mean? Sometimes you won't have it all. You honestly, you would not have everything that you need before you start anything that God called you to do. Because that's where that's where you want us to have faith in him, to know that he can supply all of our needs according to his riches. So just having faith and walking out on that thing that God told you to do, that thing that God called you to do, not just walking out on it, but those that have started it and having problems with finishing it, or problems with, you know what I mean, knowing what's the next step, where do I go, how do I finish this, how do I start this, how do I get this to where it needs to go. You know, some of you guys stuck in your businesses like, oh my God, how do I get it to this next level? Because, you know, sometimes you come to a point in your life where you yourself, you know, I'm talking about human-wise, that you did everything in your capability of getting you to this point, or getting you to this direction, or getting you to this place. And then you're totally empty. You don't have anything left inside of you. Now you need another route. You need the help. You need some help, you know, some people to help you. I just have to just know that God knows exactly where we're at, regardless of how we feel and what's coming at us and what direction we don't know where to go in. God knows, he really does. And we just have to trust in the promises of God. When God see that you're taking that step to trust him and to work with him, and just say, you know what, God, I want to step out on this. I'm going to work on this. I'm going to work on my project. I'm going to step out and believe you, that know that you have my back when, you know, when I don't have the things that I have, or when I don't see my way out, or I don't see where to go. I'm just going to trust you, but I'm going to take the first step, like Peter did on the boat. He came out of the boat and he take the first step. And that's what some of us have to do. We got to take that step. Sometimes we're waiting for God to take the step for us, but he's like, no, you take the step, and then I'm going to meet you where you're at. You know what I mean? So that's what we have to do. You know, that's what we have to do. We got to trust him and take the first step.
Yeah, you know, sometimes it's hard, but sometimes that's the easiest part. It's the in between. It's like you're doing that first step and you're going hard at it for like 3 or 4 weeks, right. But then, like my wife said, something comes up against it, and then all of a sudden you miss a few days, or you don't feel it like you used to, and then those feelings come up. It's
true, because, you know, in the beginning, when we first start a project, you get excited, you get all, you know what I mean? You can't wait to, like, get everything that you need for that project. You know what I mean? There's, like, a burst of energy and, you know, just a strength to get you going, and ideas start flowing and everything. Yeah. But what happens when it's stagnant. What happens when it's just all of a sudden the idea just slow down? You're not getting ideas anymore, or you don't see yourself, that energy, like kind of pushing yourself more instead of having the energy that you used to have. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or you just like, you wonder like, okay, where's the help? You said you're gonna send the help. Where's the help? I don't see no one helping me, or what's going on? I'm telling you that this is the most tried and tested area in your life, when you gotta push on. You got to keep going regardless of how you're feeling, regardless of whether you have the help or you don't, regardless of whether people see your vision or not. Your vision is supposed to be you seeing that vision and letting that vision carry you through all the stuff that coming against you, all the negative thoughts, all the negative respond, all the distractions and the delays and the no's and the, you know what I mean, and you ain't gonna make it and you can't do it and all that stuff. You gotta let your vision, the dream, just carry you through. That dream that God give you, that vision that God give you, that assignment that God give you. Sometimes you gotta lean upon that and just continue going on, because that's all you have, So just keep going. Just keep going. I'm telling you, that's all your movement. Yeah. Just do, even if it's just getting up one day and just putting something towards that project. Even if it's just putting a little note that says whatever, a little note to add to that, or even if it's a little time that you spent putting into that into that project. Any little thing, movement is better than nothing. It's better than being stagnant. It's better than not doing anything and just giving up on that dream. Because I'm telling you, the dream will keep you going. The dream that God put inside of you will keep you going. That's the one thing I know for sure. Keep me going is the dreams and the assignment that God have in my life. To know that I have to be obedient to Him. He called me to do this, and I have to be obedient. And we all gonna, let's be honest now. Not every day you're gonna want to be obedient. Not every day you're gonna want to get up and do this thing. Not every day you're gonna want to, accomplish certain things that He called you to accomplish, because there's so much going on. Not every day you're gonna feel like that. There's some days you're gonna have days that you get discouraged. There's some days you're gonna have when you just, I want to rest. I don't want to do anything right now. And it's okay. That's okay. But rest. Get the rest that you need. Relax and do all of it. Then recuperate from it and go back to what He tell you to do. Go back to that assignment. Go back to keep on, adding things to that dream, to that goal. That's what you want to do. Keep on moving. Don't stop. Just just keep on moving. Whenever you stop, that means the stream of the river stop flowing. God flow through movement. He flows through movement. We are living water. That's what He wants. He wants to flow through us. And if you stop, if you just stop, it's like a pond. It just stops. And there's no flow. There's no movement.
Right.
There's no movement at all. So it's like God can't move the way He wants to if you stop where you're at. So I'm just encouraging you guys out there, the ones that have the business, the ones that have a assignment or calling, or can relate to what we're telling you right now, that what we're saying, just keep on going, keep on pushing, no matter what. Just know that great is He that's in me than he that's in the world, and you can do all things through Him. Just find rest in God when you're tired and weary. Just find rest in Him when you just don't know where to go, which way to turn. When the answers that you're looking for you can't find. Just rest in Him. Just know that He has your back. And He's going to fulfill His word that He spoke over your life.
Right.
No matter what.
And that's the thing. That's the major thing that you have to do. You got to just follow the word that He gave you.
Yes.
Your mind is supposed to be set. You're supposed to be locked. If you're locked in what God told you to do, regardless of all the distractions, regardless of all that stuff, all these distractions and all this suffering and all these problems, all it is trying to cloud your vision of what it is God showed you. Like she said, you need to have that vision.
Right.
All these obstacles is just stuff that's trying to cloud your vision.
Right.
And when you can't see straight, sometimes you make wrong choices. You go in the wrong direction.
Right.
But as long as you can keep that vision on a daily basis, and just regardless of how you feel, regardless of what's going on, just always remember what God told you and the vision He gave you. Just stay locked on that, and it'll get you to where you need to go. God will carry you. Like she said, sometimes she don't feel like it, but sometimes that dream is still alive in her, and that dream is going to carry her. Where that dream come from? It come from God. That vision came from God. That word came from God, and that word will carry you. That vision will carry you. When you can't even do it anymore, like you feel like you're giving up, you feel like it's gotten stagnant. But God had a purpose for that vision. God has a purpose for your life.
Yes, he does.
God has a purpose for everyone's life.
Yes.
So if he gives you a word, if he gives you a purpose, which he does, everyone has a purpose. If you find out what that purpose is and you feel like it's not getting to where it needs to be, it's not to worry about it. God will carry you. It will always, he's the beginning and the end, the Alpha and the Omega.
Yes.
The in-between is so hard sometimes. He didn't say, sometimes a lot of people don't want to talk about the in-between because that's where all the pain and the suffering is.
Yes.
That's where the valleys is. You know, sometimes people always want to talk about the mountain and sometimes the valley, but what about in between the valley and the mountain? There's the in-between, you know.
Yes.
No one wants to talk
That's
about
the trying times right there.
The in-between is where it's where it makes or breaks you, you know. Like you either quit or you keep going in the in-between. It's not at the start and it's not at the end.
That's it.
You know, it's that time where you have a 26-mile endurance race and you made it to mile 23 and you just, you know, you made it that far, but you don't have nothing left. And you only had 3 miles left, but you don't have nothing and you just quit.
Right.
But just to know that if you would have just pushed on and persevered, you might not even know you just had 3 miles left. You might still think you had like 15. Sometimes you guys, you're closer than what you think. Sometimes the distraction of the enemy is he's coming extra hard at you because you're closer than what you think.
That's right.
You really are.
And he's gonna come back with old pasts.
Yeah.
I mean, old stuff, just old things that you think like you. Oh, wait a minute, I overcame this.
Right.
Wait a minute, I was delivered from this. Wait a minute, I was I was set free from this. Why is this thing still haunting me today?
Right.
Why is this thing still in my new, my new season?
Yeah.
Why is it there? Familiar spirits.
Yeah.
Familiar spirits.
Feeling like you didn't get free from it.
Yes.
You did.
But you did. But the devil wants you to hold on to that.
Yeah,
the devil wants you to latch onto it. Don't fall for his tricks. Yeah. He's very trickery.
He's deceitful.
Just let you know, guys. Just be strong. Yeah. He's coming. He's coming hard. But regardless, God's going to raise up a standard against it. Regardless. Our God always wins. Regardless. I don't care what the enemy comes and try to bring at you. God always prevails. I'm telling you, for real. God got the last word. He's spoken that over our life. And he's trust me, God is faithful to his word. Just keep moving and work with what you got. That's all I got to keep telling people. Work with what you have. That's what I've been doing ever since I've been doing my YouTube channels, ever since I've been doing this channel for God, ever since I've been doing other assignments that he called me to do. I work with what I have. Don't try to look at other people and what they have and what they're doing and how they're doing this and how they're doing. No, work with what you got. And the fact that God tell you to do it, be obedient to what he's saying. Obedience is the key.
And just remember, guys, too, like the enemy, because we talk about the devil and the enemy. We're talking to spiritual people. We're talking about people that knows that there's someone out there that's after your success. Believe this, he's not after you. He's after your purpose. He's after that word that God gave you.
Yes.
Because just like I said, I'm going to say it again, just like at the beginning of the creation, he's trying to twist what God said to Adam and Eve.
Yes.
It's like, hath God said that you're going to be an entrepreneur? Hath God said you're really supposed to have this business? You know, hath God said you're really going to be in the position that you're believing for? He's trying to twist it. He's trying to distract you from.
He's trying to twist God's word.
Twist it.
He's trying to duplicate God. Yeah, he's trying to be God, but he's not God because that's all he can do is duplicate God.
Right.
You can't do nothing but that. There's nothing new under the sun to the devil.
He's gonna look like.
And he's a liar.
He's gonna look like you can't.
He's a liar.
Yeah.
We're gonna continue fulfilling God's purpose on this planet. We can continue chasing after the things of God. We're going to chase after the kingdom things. We're going to reach what we need to reach. We're going to do what we need to do for the kingdom of God. For our God. Because our God is great. Our God is awesome. There's no one like our God. And regardless of all the distractions, regardless of all the failures, regardless of all the things that's coming after us, regardless, to God be the glory. He still gets the glory. And he will use all things work together for good. Every single one of it. Everything. No matter where you're at, what you're experiencing. Trust me, God will use that for his good. All things work together for your good. Yeah. So you good. But yeah.
The only thing I want to leave you with, guys, is she kept on talking about obedience. It's just, regardless of what's going on in your life, just do what you know that you need to get done. Whatever you have written down, whatever goal you have, whatever thing is that you're really going after, regardless of what happens, regardless of how you feel, just keep going after it. Like she said, movement. Just keep pushing forward. As long as you don't stay still, as long as you don't stay stagnant, you'll get it. You'll get it. It might not be on your timing,
Right.
but you'll get exactly what you're
Yes.
you like I said, faith without works is dead. You got to keep on working towards it.
Yes,
Keep
working
on
towards it.
putting effort to it.
Don't
Keep
stop.
on putting movement
Yes.
towards it. You're gonna reach it as long as you don't quit. The only way you can not succeed is if you quit.
Yes.
Just don't quit. That's all you have to do.
And
Just
then
remember
don't
that.
let no one hinder you.
Yeah,
don't let
quit.
don't let no one hinder you.
Right.
Because it's like the enemy would use people, even people that you're close to,
Right.
to hinder you, to stop you from fulfilling God's purpose. Don't let him do that.
Yeah.
Don't let him get the last word. No.
Yeah.
Just do what you have to do, like my husband said. Whatever step you need to take it.
Steps. Yeah.
Steps of the righteous is ordered by God. He got us. I'm telling you. You take the steps. Take the step that God's telling you to take and go after that thing. Regardless of whatever distraction, whatever things that's trying to come at you, and people that's trying to hinder you, or things that's trying to hinder you, no matter what, just go and step out. Step out. Step out on faith. Step out of the boat. Step out of your comfort zone. Step out of you know, saying what you're not. I'm not used to this. I'm not used to doing this. That's not me. That's not how I do it. No, stop that. Get out of your character. You're gonna have to embrace some new things. You're gonna have to like become, you know, someone. You have to become that thing that you're going after.
There you
Basically,
go. That's good.
that's right. That's it right there.
Yeah.
Become that thing that you're going after before you even receive it. Before you even get there. Before you even reach to that promise. Reach to that goal or whatever it is. Become that thing.
Be it in your spirit.
Be it in your spirit. Bear seed in here.
Even if you don't see it in the natural, as long as you hold on to that in your spirit, you're gonna see it. Just don't let go of it.
Right.
That's what it does. Is it tries the outside stuff tries to distract you from really seeing who you really are. If you believe something, like she said, she was a wife before she met me.
That's right.
She was a mother before she had children.
It's already in here.
She
Yes.
was a businesswoman. She is a businesswoman.
Right.
And no one even sees her business yet, but she is a businesswoman.
Right.
She already
That's
has
it.
it. Yeah.
If God's spoken that word over your life, that's what you are.
It's like,
Start walking that word out.
be it before
Be
you do
it.
it.
Become that thing.
Become it.
Become it.
Become it. Even if you don't see it in your
Right.
natural, it don't matter. It'll line up.
Amen.
Stuff will line up to what you
Sure
really
enough
are.
will.
It'll cling to you.
It has to. It has no choice
as
but
a man
to.
thinks in his heart,
So is he. Yes.
So whatever you're thinking, whatever you're believing, whatever you have inside of your spirit, this world will automatically it will line up with it. It'll line up with it.
It has to.
Everything that's
You know
coming
why?
to
You know why it has to? Because God said it.
It's so amazing. You are what you think. You are what's in your spirit.
Yes.
And that's what's clinging to you. Whatever's clinging to you, if you want something different in your life,
Yes.
you have to become something different. And that happens in your spirit first. It really
Yes.
does.
Amen.
It really does.
Amen.
Yeah.
That's it, guys. Thank you for watching Real Talk with Sean and Julie, and you guys will see us in the next video.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Have a good one, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.